Just a quick video here. We're gonna green belt. This is actually a green belt. This is the beta, right? This is still like the beta. Like it is. Do I have the launcher? I don't think I have the launcher open. It's still the beta. Um, to have a dagger equipped in the main hand. So, let me fix. Here, I'll show you. So. Let's also do something. We're also going to their add-ons. Add-ons weren't working correctly. I don't know why. So go to Warcraft. So if I were to start the launcher, the Project Epoch launcher, this is what it looks like. And you can see here that when we go into here, I thought it said it. It doesn't say it, but it really is just the beta. It'll say it once we go into the game. So right now we're using I renamed the launcher file, the Project Epoch.exe to WoW.exe. The reason I did that was because it looks like Reshade's working, which is good. It's because my exit lag, my VPN looks for the WoW.exe, so. But if you look here, you can see it says Open Beta 2. So this is the Open Beta 2, right? So, Beta 2, I've created this rogue, and the reason I created this rogue is because we're going to go into the Deadmines. And so when you create a character, right? Let's fix this really quick. All right. We're gonna go, let's see, colorfulness, curves. Sharpen. And setting. All right. Okay, so World of Warcraft currently looks like this. We're gonna clean it up a little bit. Curves down to about 340, and then we want levels here at the top. Levels we're gonna put at about 5. All right, so we created a rogue. The reason we created the rogue is because I want to go into Deadmines, and I want to look. We're not going to be able to see all of the Deadmines, you know, because I can't go through the whole dungeon by myself. But we're going to try to get through some of it. And let's just fix a few macros, even though I don't think we're going to need these things. So cool that this is the Wrath of Lich King client, because I can create so many, you know, I can make the game look really good with the Wrath client, basically. So far, the entrance to the Deadmines looks the same, right? Everything looks pretty good. Looks like normal Deadmines, right? Okay, so right off the bat, it looks different. The normal entrance to Deadmines, you come in and it curves down here pretty quickly. So this is different. Also, the textures on the wall here, I can tell, are different. These rock textures, those are not the normal. You know, those are just different. They're different textures. Kind of the rocks are smaller, more of a smaller pattern. We're not going to be able to go too far, unfortunately. We still have the path there. Oh, and this, I don't remember this rail, the train tracks being so prominent going right through the mines, and the ceiling is higher. So that's pretty cool. Look at like how much higher the ceiling is. That's path up there is so. Okay, you can see on the mini map that Which way did we get? We came this way, right? I'm already getting turned around. It's so different looking. Yeah, I guess we can't get any farther without killing this guy. All elites. So different than the regular. This is the rework of the Deadmines. It's so different. Yeah, I don't think we can't get past. In the Deadmines now, checking. Oh shit, he's got the mind control. Oh. Yeah, my bars. I haven't set up my bars at all, so they're all messed up. Let's see. This would be Shift Q. This should be C. This should be Z, which I don't even see Z on my bars anywhere. Kick should be mouse wheel up. Okay, throw. And yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, it's way less claustrophobic. It's like much larger. Like you have a lot more room. And if you watch McDouble's videos on it, he does get through the whole dungeon, and it's the last part is just insane. It's so huge. Everything, it's just so different. Like it's so different. So I don't know how many people here are on the server. Let's just say this has found 26 people. Yeah, totally great. Ooh, Just got him down before the boss came by.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Oh, I didn't even have all my gear on. So yeah, hey Frosty, what's up? Yeah, this is classic plot. This is like basically what it is we're on a Wrath of the Lich King client, right? So if you go to the website and it's project-epoch.net, it'll kind of talk about the content, but it's basically it's a Wrath of the Lich King client, but you only go to level 60, so you're going to end up with 60. It's really weird. It's a Wrath of the Lich King client. The talent tree is a Burning Crusade talent tree, right? So the talent trees and everything in the game is tuned to Burning Crusade. So all the like abilities, how you would expect them to work, are like Burning Crusade. So it's weird. So it's like very strange. So like I've got the talent calculator up here somewhere. Hold on a second. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I do. So like here is the talent calculator for Burning Crusade, right? So we would go rogue. So, and we're gonna end up with 61 points. So they're basically giving you, like, you know, in Burning Crusade, you would go to level 70 and you would end up with 61 talent points. So I'm pretty sure in this game, we're only gonna be going to level 60. Yeah, max level is 60, but you're gonna get 61 talent points. The additional extra points are distributed across your level range. So I know that when you go into the server here and you create a character, there's some NPCs that you can talk to that'll boost you to 30, which is what I did. So I'm currently level 30. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't assigned any talent points, right? Let's go. We're going to do combat, and we're going to go to... Ooh, we're going to go to Malice, probably. What's my crit rating right now? Currently, my crit is... Okay, so my crit currently is 8.42%, so we're going to boost Malice up so that we have... That's going to put us at 13.42% chance to crit. Trying to think what's the easiest way to build a character that's going to do the most damage. Increase the duration of slice and dice. Your precision is going to help, of course. Light increases your dodge chance. Energy costs. None of those are going to be any good. Increases our damage, but... So we got 20 points, so let's say we went... Go 2 here, which would make us a little bit better. Then we still need more to get into precision, parry, slice and dice, endurance. So we got 5 here. 10 here. That'd be 11. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's go Proof Sinister Strike. I love Improved Gouge, so I'm totally going to go Improved Gouge. Then we're going to grab hit rating. Oh, you got to go. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to. We have to go all the way into deflection to grab riposte, so not do that. Backstab, but we're not going to be able to backstab much. There we go. We got 6 talent points left. Ours 10. That will give us a little bit more damage. And we'll have better hit rating. I kind of wasted a talent point, but oh well. So you can see there, we hit a lot harder now. Plus we got some more gear equipped. So if you look at the talent points, so that's interesting. So having 61 talent points on a Burning Crusade talent tree. I mean, the thing is, you're normally going to have 61 talent points anyway. So it's weird. It's like you're playing at a level 60 character, but you basically have the abilities, the talent abilities of a Burning Crusade character with the same amount of talent points. I don't know about spellbook. Spellbook's all going to be the same too. So it's basically what it is like you're basically, for whatever reason, it's like basically playing Burning Crusade, only you don't have all of the Burning Crusade's content, I don't think. See, so if you look here, Death Knights have been removed and will never be in the game. Blood Elves have been removed and will never be available. So like if you look at Burning Crusade, what was the race that was added in Burning Crusade? It was, I think, Blood Elves, right? And what, Blood Elves and Draenei? So those have all been yanked. Like there's no Death Knights, no Blood Elves, no Draenei. But they've added these additional race class combinations, which is really cool. So one of the coolest ones is the Undead Paladin, without a doubt, and the Human Hunter. I mean, and the Undead Hunter. It makes perfect sense that a human would be able to be a hunter. And I've never understood why humans couldn't. We have cross fraction. There's like, some War Mode and some Soul of Iron, Explorer's Contract, Think Slow and Steady, Turtle WoW. Some of these are kind of like Turtle WoW stuff. But they haven't really changed the classes that much. So if you look at for a rogue, axes are available to train for rogues players. So you can use axes, whereas rogues normally couldn't. And there's a new axe specialization talent that's been added to the combat tree, which increases your chance to critically hit with axes. So that's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Pretty? Let's check out our DPS a little further. We're in the reworked Deadmines in Project Epoch. It's crazy. Like it's so different. Like the Deadmines, they've redone Deadmines, they've redone Wailing Caverns, and it's completely different. And it looks way better. It looks way better. It's like more like of a modern version of the dungeon, Oh, we're screwed. Yeah.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I think we're dead. What do you think? Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, you can. I mean, if you guys want to see like the, if you guys want to see the full Deadmines, we can take a look at it here real quick. McDoubles actually went through and was able to get in to Deadmines. I'll show you really quick what it looks like because it's super cool. Let's get rid of these crappy videos. All right, so if you look, McDoubles here goes in. Notice how his game doesn't look as good as mine. He's not using reshape. But you can see here, this is the room we were just in, right?
I had this one problem, right, where everything is just way too small. Like, you go to Goldshire, it's supposed to be a tiny town. In reality, though, it's...
So he's talking about how things are in the WoW are kind of undersized, which they are, you know. Look at the size of his freaking bars. So anyways, this is the... So he gets past that. This is actually the engineering room. Check this out. This is really cool.
Okay, dude. Goblin? Yo, how did he make this? How did he make this? Come on, dude, this looks so much better, it's not even funny. This is too professional for their own good, to be real with you. So there's even Defias Reapers, which actually makes a lot of sense considering the Westfall lore. We have a bunch of goblin engineers. Let's go on down. Progressing on down.
Hey, what's up, Mouse?
Foundry's even, like, turned in a different direction. It's a really nice touch. I guess what we can all agree on right now is that there's an extreme attention to detail. Like, oh god,
No,
I
no.
almost got brought out of stealth. Holy crap. There's Gilnid right there, the smelter. There really is an extreme attention to detail right now, guys. Okay, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. That was really badass. All right, stealthing on down. I lost my speed for some reason, but that's fine. I think it's because I took damage. The fires got me. That was so weird. This is so good. Look at how well designed this is. The pipe going through the floor. Okay, let's keep on going. Can I stealth you? Or can I sap you? I did. I sapped him. Okay. Okay, so you end up getting to this point. This is analogous to when you would have that one cannon. So I guess you have the powder right there. You'd pick it up, you use the cannon, you blow up.
Where's the... Hey, can you link me the interview with the lead dev? I actually messaged the lead dev, or the project guy, earlier today. I don't know if he'll respond back. Let me post in the Discord, honestly. Alright, so let me change my where is it? Server settings? Edit server profile, nickname. Save. we go. Yeah,
the door. But for me, the door's been opened, so we can go on through. Now,
Milan's. I don't know who Milan's is. You watch more of this stuff than I do, Zvalst. And this was from a month ago.
It wouldn't surprise me if we're close to 1,000 by the time it actually launches. That's a large chunk of content to have.
Server right here.
this is completely different.
Oh, you play with Milan's on Ascension? Nice.
The Ironclad Cove, this is completely different from what it was before.
So this is like the end of the Deadmines. Look at how incredibly different it is, and look at how incredibly scaled up it is. Look how big it is. How big, like everything's so much larger. Look at the ship; it's huge.
Or, if I'm honest with you, it does remind me of modern Blizzard dungeon design. Bigger, more expansive, more realistic, actually. I give them props. I think most people say the best thing about modern World of Warcraft is probably the Mythic Plus, and therefore the dungeons, and sometimes maybe the raids, although I think sometimes they have too much trash. But honestly, like, they have a good point. That is probably the best part about modern WoW. And
I
this
wouldn't
really
go
does
as far.
remind me of that. So I do see Smite, right?
I wouldn't go as far as to say it looks better than retail, because obviously the textures are nowhere near as good. Like, quality of the textures are not as good. You know, the quality of the visuals of the character models of the enemies are you know, they're still, I don't know if they're even Wrath models. They don't look that great.
Here, so that's where you would fight Mr. Smite. I'm assuming all the boss mechanics.
Like, if you look at this model here, this looks like, I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at the character creation screen again and see what the models are.
And stuff are going to be a little bit different as well. I don't know if the ship is bigger,
Yeah,
but what's
it
really
looks like
cool
Wrath
about
of
this
Lich King.
is that you actually get to see the dungeon, right? Because, like, a lot of people didn't even realize there was a giant door right here for the ship to...
Magic. So Magic, are you part of the dev team, Magic? You actually had to downscale some textures to fit. Well, that makes sense. I mean, and I'm a software developer, and I dabble in art, and I've dabbled in game design too. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, to fit with, it's weird, like they were too high res. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Like, if we go, like, here, I died. Hold on a second. Yeah, no, thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've streamed World of Warcraft for years and years and years. I mean, I've been playing WoW since, you know, beta. I was on Doomhammer originally in the beta in 2004, so I played the game forever, and I'm a software developer too. So, and I was saying, the textures look good. Let's get back to the video real quick. Yeah, I was saying that it looked like the models. It looked like the models are Wrath Lich King models, and it doesn't look as good as retail because, like I said, the textures, which obviously you explained that you're not using like the highest res textures. Which again, and we see that like with Turtle WoW, like how they have like the Cataclysm like models and upgrade textures in Turtle WoW, which I don't use it when I play Turtle WoW because it just feels. Yeah, you've done a. I mean, this stuff is amazing. You know, hey, what's up, Hembo? How you doing? The client is really, really smooth. The client runs fantastic. Now, I'm just, you know, it's just a Wrath client, but it runs really well. The other thing that's really interesting, I don't know where the server is located, Magic, where the server is actually located, but I'm currently using, you know, exit lag pointing to London. So let's see. Right now I'm getting, and it did improve my latency because without exit lag, I was pinging around 120, and now I'm pinging around 104, which is a pretty good improvement. So that's good. So I'm going to guess that the server is located somewhere in probably Britain. Would be my guess. Probably somewhere near London. Hey, babe, what's up? Anyways, my wife. Hey, what's up, Sterling? How's it going? You do the same host as Turtle? Okay. Yeah, it's it runs good. I mean, it definitely is running very, very good. My biggest complaint with Turtle WoW, and I was talking about it earlier today, is that I'm not a big fan of the 1.12 client anymore. Not that I didn't, because I played a lot of private vanilla, and of course there's a little bit of a charm to the 1.12 client. But when you go into the classic client, right? Like if you go to my channel and we look at, see if we can find one. like here. So if we go into my one of my streams here, and this is like, so this is the 1.14 client, and it looks, you know, fantastic, right? This is a new private server, Cerulean. Yeah, it's a new private server. And so this looks really good, runs really smooth and everything. And then you go to Turtle WoW, and let's see if I've got a Turtle WoW here, like Priest, right? And then you go to the Turtle WoW client, and it, like I said, it does have a charm to it, but it's a little bit more, you know, obviously the quality of the textures and stuff aren't as good. It doesn't feel as smooth, especially like the spell bashing. The spell batching doesn't feel quite right, for a lack of a better explanation. Stuff like if you're like a warlock on the 1.12 client and you're doing like life drain, it's a little clunky. Mind Flay as well is also clunky. You know, you can install some add-ons and stuff like no toggle to help with some things like, you know, wand spamming, so that it feels a little better. But once you get to the Wrath client here, the 3.35 client, it's such a drastic improvement, and just the quality of the way it feels, you know. So yeah, it's a little, yeah. And so and I used to play 1.12. You know, I played Lights Hope, and I played, you know, Elysium in those different servers, and they were good for the time. But once Classic came out, I think it spoiled me. I got so used to the 1.14 client. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, and I don't do, see, and I've never developed, hey Magic, I've never developed for WoW, like for any like WoW clients. And I've always wanted to, but it's such weird because, you know, Turtle WoW is using, you know, you guys are using, what's the language? It's the God, my brain's not working right now. If we go to the client here, let's see. The scripting language is Lua, right? So if we look at like a script file for Turtle WoW, for example, I mean, here's like a basic function in Turtle WoW, and it looks, you know, it's nothing crazy. Function passed in a file name, passed in event, set environment, you know, whatever this parameter is for this other function they're calling, and you know, it's got a enumeration event, and it's just doing like a simple sample if statement. And it's interesting that they're doing some wild cards here. And they're also registering. I'm not exactly sure what the register here, but it's implementing. I don't know if it's like C#, but so I've never really done any Lua coding. So, but I've always wanted to get into that. So I actually messaged, hey Magic, I messaged the founder of Today. He probably won't respond to my PM, but I said, hey, if you guys want any help, you know, working on this game, I would probably be up for helping out. I mean, I'm a software developer of 20 plus years, but I've never done WoW coding though. That's the difference, you know. I'm a C# developer and do mostly like services and APIs and stuff for Microsoft shit. So, but oh, a TS. I wondered because of the stuff you guys are doing is so drastically different. It's so drastically improved. Like if you look at, like for example, if you look at Turtle WoW and you go to some of the new zones, right? Like if you go to Turtle WoW and you look at Turtle Sprawl Glades and you go to this zone over here, right? Which is I can't remember the name of it, but if you go to the zone over, you can look at how they've sculpted out the environment and changed it, but you can still see that it's really just the same, you know, assets. And it doesn't really look like they're creating a lot of custom content. But even this looks different to me. I don't know. This little brick texture here looks different than what I'm used to seeing on this building. I don't know. Maybe that's the same one. Yeah, Glenshire, thanks, Faust. It's all in one framework, so yeah. So it seems overly complicated. Like being a software developer, I mean, I use like the .NET framework. Like I said, I'm using C#. You know, I'm a web developer mostly, primarily. So most of my stuff is going to have like, you know, the front end, middle tier, back end. You know, we're doing a lot of like APIs, a lot of web service calls. You know. So we're using a lot of JavaScript, a lot of well, I hate to admit that we're using jQuery because it's so old, but we do use jQuery. But we're just migrating to a lot of newer technologies currently, rerunning our application. But so you're using TS WoW. I'm not familiar with TS WoW. Do I have? Let's see, WoW. TS. And good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not, the coding language is a little bit, it's very different than what I'm used to looking at. Definitely very different than what I'm looking at, man. You can't freeze TS well enough, Epic would never be worth. Yeah, it's really interesting. Well, I'm gonna say Epic. I'm definitely gonna say Epic, but I mean, people could say Epoch or something, Epoch, but I'm saying Epic, man. It's gotta be Epic. You know what else could it be, right? TypeScript WoW is a free modding framework and loader integration integrated for World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King client expansion built around the Trinity. Okay, the Trinity Core I've heard of. And we have a crash course aimed at getting a new project started, so that's cool. Yeah, maybe I'll set this up. I'll see if I can set this up. Yeah, I mean yeah, using Git makes everything so much easier. That's what I'm used to using. I'm used to using Git, so all of this stuff is second nature to me. So that's cool. Like here, so we've got live scripts, add TS GUID class, client extensions, fixed code, cave location without items. This is interesting. Apply on finishing hooks. Updates on calculate melee. This will be interesting. Calculating the melee outcome data. So TS mutable, so changing float numbers. I don't know, so these are just defining. This is the field name passed in, and then we've got a call back.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Oh, who's hitting me? How am I taking damage? Yeah, I mean, if you're doing, once you get onto GitHub, and once it's just code and checksums and commits, and you guys can all work on the same branch, it's going to make things a lot easier. It's certainly going to make things as a development team much easier. So yeah, but I mean, I would be interested in helping out if I could on the project. Put in a good word for me. I definitely would be interested in helping out, but I would have to get skilled up on the code base and on the language, because it looks like it's using scripts and stuff that I haven't really, I'm not really that familiar with. So early 2024, quest lore stuff is everyone. That's cool. Sometime in June. That would be cool. I've always wanted to get more involved in one of these projects, and I just never really wanted to work on it. I looked at some of the emulators and some of the code bases, and they just were like you said, they didn't look good. The tools didn't look that good. Because to me, when you think about creating stuff for custom stuff shouldn't be as difficult as it is. What's that website? I know I have a bookmark to it. Let's see. And I have 10,000 bazillion bookmarks. We'll see if we can find it really quick. Where it shows all the different WoW assets in a 3D visual tool. See if I've got it really quick. No, that's not it. I'm not going to be able to find it, but it actually allows you to view the assets. You can load. It's the I can't remember what the actual asset files are in World of Warcraft in the original client, but it all seems so difficult to modify and so difficult to work on. It always felt really cumbersome. Yeah, it's WMV files. Yeah, there's the WoW model viewer. That's what I'm thinking of. I've actually. This is a different page, though. That's not it. This is it. WoW Tools. This is the one I was thinking of here, right? I was thinking of this one. So the WoW Tools. So if you go to the WoW tools here and you go to models, right? So here, basically, you've got, zoom in. You know, you can kind of start loading some of these models and get like it's like basically like a viewer. So it's a WMO file, which stands for some sort of object, I'm assuming, like WM, like world machine object, world, I don't know, object. But you can go, what are the others? Or build lab. Anyways, it's just weird when you start looking at... So my point was everything felt so out of date, though. World map object, that's probably what it is. Everything felt so, like, archaic and old. That's why I kind of was like, when I first looked at trying to do some development or, like, working on my own private just instance of the WoW server running on some of these these emulators, it just really didn't appeal to me, because as a developer who's worked in programming for such a long time, I was like, this stuff just feels so archaic. It feels like, black magic. Right? Growing up, like, I bought a book by Andre Lamothe called, because I'm old, right? I'm older than time itself. I think it was called The Art of Game Programming. So, I bought this book when I was in high school. The Black Art of 3D Game Programming. This was published in, when was this even published? Just to show you how old I am. This was published in 1995. My favorite part, though, is look at the cover. Look at the cover of the book. I mean, it looks like something that would be in, like, World of Warcraft, right? But yeah, that's what it feels like. Like, when coding for, like, the WoW, like, emulators almost feels like the black art of game development, because it's so much more difficult than it should be, right? It shouldn't be that difficult, The tools should be much easier. So it sounds like with this, with the tools you're using now, it's much easier. TS WoW sounds like a huge improvement. Yeah, it's definitely something I'd be interested in. So when you guys do a recruiting wave, I'll see if I can get involved, But anyway, so yeah, it's really cool. And like, you can see the textures here on the walls are different. Like, this texture here is not the normal texture you would see. And the other things that the big change here in the Deadmines is the scale. Everything is much bigger. The ceiling's much higher. These beams here obviously are bigger, taller, higher. Everything, and the lighting also looks better to me. Well, it still feels very vanilla, but it does feel like a little bit softer. Like the fall off of the colors here. It could also be, I don't know, but it could just be the 3.3, the Wrath client, because I've been playing, when I play on Turtle, it's different. So the lighting fall off, it's much smoother. The lighting is a much smoother cast of light that's being projected. So definitely looks a lot better. But if I get, you make a bold prediction then in 5 years, Swiss will take over the scene like Node.js did. Well, it sounds like, as long as the tools, and like I said, I'm going to try to look at setting it up. Yeah. Lighting in WMO is so hard to add. Blizzard had way better tools. Yeah. I talk on my channel all about game development and about where we're going with, with Unreal Engine 4, with AI, and how we talk about MMOs that are coming out right now. And like, we have a lot of new MMOs that are on the way, but it's going to keep increasing. Like, I was making a prediction just yesterday that, in 10 years, we're going to be seeing the amount of MMOs that are coming out, I think, is going to probably, like, quadruple. Like, so let's say you go into a year, like next year, and we talk about, games like PAX Day, like if you go to my Discord channel here, right? You could even see, like, in my Discord channel for, like, I've got PAX Day, right? I've got a channel for Star Citizen. I've already got, like, a Throne of Liberty channel. But if you go to, like, the not playing section, MMOs I'm not playing, look at all these MMOs. But if you look at these MMOs, most of them are old. Elden Ring's not really even an MMO. Crimson Desert hasn't come out yet. We've got Ascension, which is World of Warcraft, which is actually, that's in the wrong channel, because if we go down to my WoW section here, you can see we've got Turtle WoW, we've got TBC WoW, Wrath of the Lich King WoW, Dragonflight, Duskhaven, Everlook, Turtle WoW, Vanilla WoW APIs, we got Vanilla WoW Guides, we got Whitemane, which is what, Cataclysm. But my point being, we're going to start seeing a lot more MMOs coming out. Like, once, with Unreal Engine being as good as it is, and with the AI coming along, we're going to be able to hook AI into voice, into character voiceovers. We're going to be able to hook the AI into even creating voice lines, being able to create even like stories. Like, I did an example just today where I was talking to people about how like I can go in and like I prompted, like right here, I did this prompt today. Create me a backstory about a female character who lives in a multi-dimensional world full of evil monsters and powerful sorcery. She is poor, has no family, and wants to be stronger. And I kind of gave it some interesting information. And actually, what it came up with was freaking really good, right? Like, it was actually really good. So if you read this, in the dimension's strong world of Azoria, among the monstrous shadows and glimmers of potent sorcery, lived a humble yet resolute girl named Delara, born into poverty and orphaned at a tender age. She was a child of the Rainwater Isles, a chain of isles perpetually cloaked in torrential downpours and stormy skies. Yet it was here that Alara found her strength and resilience. Alara's world was one where rolling seas met mist-laden skies, where travel and trade were bound to the rhythms of the rain and the swaying of ships, where monsters lurked in the depths and evil sorcerers toyed with the threads of power that bound the multiverse. In such a world, one might easily bow to fear, but Alara, despite having very little in terms of worldly possessions, was rich in spirit. So what I'm trying to say is that the tools that we have that are coming down the pipe, yeah, because no one's gonna notice, because it's really good. I mean, it's really good, and like, if you go, like, I use it all the time. Like, I use ChatGPT quite a lot. Like here, I'm researching like logging frameworks. And my question was, what's the difference between like Mel logging, Sarah logging? I was looking at some B unit testing stuff for like stuff I do at work. With using Blazor and Razor and B unit and X unit, and you can see here it's just going ahead and generating out some simple, B unit tests that I can just kind of get up to speed with. This is more for like documentation that I was working on. gRPC reporting. With this one was pretty good too. But I mean, it's really good. I also asked it a question earlier today, just for fun. I said, as AI, can you predict how much easier AI will make generation, of content for video games in the future? And you can see here, and it basically went through and said art and assets, game design, story and dialogue. And this is kind of what I was talking about, story and dialogue, like natural language processing, NLP AI, like GBT series, can generate human-like text, and it's conceivable these models could be used to generate game dialogue. So this is what I'm talking about. With AI, we're going to be able to generate more easily like game dialogue. We're going to be able to do art assets stuff. So what I'm talking about this is actually a great reference to No Man's Sky here. So when we think about game development with AI, we start talking about procedural generation, because if you start looking at a game like Star Citizen, or a game like, more specifically, really No Man's Sky, when No Man's Sky and you go out into the world and it has all these different planets, when you hit a planet for the first time, a lot of times it will in the background procedurally generate the planet based on a certain amount of parameters. Well, AI can be trained to make the parameters better, right? So you can train AI and teach it what you're looking for, what your parameters really mean. So like if you say, I want to make a biome, like a swamp biome, what does that really mean, right? And procedural generation in a game engine like Unreal Engine or something, what does that really mean to say, I want a biome that looks like a swamp? Well, if you hook up AI to that and you really train AI what it really means to be a swamp, especially if you add certain keywords to the swamp like dangerous, evil, moody, or maybe like muddy, just from keywords, you can train the AI to really affect directly the specific set of tools in the specific game engine you're working with, such that the procedurally generated content for those keywords, for those prompts, is going to be as accurate to you as a developer for what you're looking for the experience that the gamer's going to experience, like what experience you want them to have. So that's where, going down the road, AI is going to make a huge improvement over quick, like procedurally generated content. So yeah, we'll totally change game for yeah. It's cool. It's going to change it all. But you feel confident you're getting JavaScript as a privacy? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's actually, hey, Magic, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Well, I'm coming up on, I want to retire within the next 10 years, Magic. And in my retirement, my goal is to pretty much to work on stuff like that, on like private server content, or work on my own game, just as a hobby. That's my goal, 'cause I'm only about 10 years away, man. No, no, teleport me anywhere you want, man. That would be cool. You read an article about ChatGPT earlier. I'm Cyrillian. I'm using it's not so good with certain. It's not. Oh yeah, it has a lot of faults to it. It definitely has a lot of faults. And there's a lot of things but it's constantly getting better. Like for example, like when I'm using my Midjourney art prompts, right? You know, I'm training it. Like I'm going in and training it. Like if I go to this art prompt here in ChatGPT, I'm saying I want you to act as my prompt engineer. I will provide you with short context ideas. And so I go through and I tell it, these are what I want my prompts. Here's the formula I want you to use. I tell it that when I insert nouns, insert certain things like style, colon, I'm basically inserting references to artists and genres and pop culture. So you can train it. And so after I do all, then it gives me an example of what it thinks I mean. And then for another one I did it so that I said, in the prompts, for every noun, can you also convert that noun into a Chinese representation of that? That way, my prompt will also get picked, when I use the prompt in Midjourney, it will also pick up more Chinese, content. And that way it gives me a broader range of, sorry about that, Magic. So what's going on, Magic? What are we doing? So this quest is excellent poster child for stuff only possible on the client.
Not so fast, lady. I'll not be handing out the reins of a mighty ram steed to someone that's not a proven ally of the dwarves of Ironforge.
All right, so bring 3 amber steel rams back to Ambersteel Ranch.
Safe travels. Not so fast, lady. I'll not be handing out the reins of a mighty ram steed to someone that's not a proven ally of the dwarves of Ironforge. Once you've been recognized as exalted to Ironforge, I'll gladly show you what varieties of rams I have for sale.
Okay, so lasso and return them. Did he give me a lasso? He did. So we have a lasso. I did read the quest. I got the backseat drivers all telling me what to do. So where are the rams at? It's not these rams. We had a snowstorm a few days ago and our gate broke. Many of our precious rams got loose. I saw them just south of here. All right, so just south of here is this way. But I couldn't catch up. Go down to Tundred Hills just south of here and see if you can find my rams. All right. You have a level 36? Nice. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing... I'm going to go ahead and create the Undead Paladin and level 1 from level 1. Just to check it out. Assuming the rams are going to be over here somewhere. Looks like I'm going the wrong way, maybe. Okay, let's head the other way. What do you think? Am I going the wrong way? No, it's got to be in the quarry. It's got to be over here. Yeah, I don't have any quest add-ons installed. Actually, I had... This is the 3.3.5 client that I was using for, Ice Crown. For the private servers, the Ice Crown server and Lordaeron servers. And once I pointed the Epic to that, and then I tried to relaunch, those servers, they didn't work anymore, which I was kind of happy about. All right, here's a ram, right? Oh, nice. Look at this. Oh, now you're making me wish I had a mount. So yeah, this has the mount, I guess what you would call it. It has the vehicles. Thank you, Voss. It has the vehicle control system built into it, which is cool. Yeah, it runs. I love how smooth it is, though. I love how smooth this client is. Right? How do I turn it in? Let's see, return. All right. Yeah, so you can. That's cool. You could. So what you're saying, Magic, is you could build more quests like that, where we have vehicles, and if with that vehicle system, couldn't you do other stuff too? Couldn't you create vehicles that are used as mounts, or vehicles that are used as for other quests, like offensive weapons, I don't know, flying machines that have to shoot rockets? And I mean, we've seen those types of things in WoW quests for retail and stuff. You have full access to the vehicle framework ad. That's cool. And so That's the other thing too. I noticed on McDouble's video where he was saying that if you start off as like a gnome, when you hit a flight path, you fly around in like a mecha, like a gnome mecha chopper or mecha chopper, or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's awesome. Did I feature reject the quest and kill the quest giver? The reward sucks. Oh, and here's this they added too. Look, here's the cart that you can ride. Look at that. That's really cool. That reminds me of Skyrim. Remember in Skyrim how you have the carts that you can go from area to area? The racial knowledge. How does the racial knowledge system work? I'm very new to Project Epic. I mean, the first time I even heard about this project was from Valstier. He told me about it, I don't know, about a week ago, I think, or 2 weeks ago. I mean, I've been on the Discord for a while, right? And I've been on Discord for a while. You can see. I just went through I went through a lot of the changes today. Players access the racials. Oh, this is where you can swap the racials. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, that's basically where you're like swapping the racials. Yeah. Is lore for any immersive way to stop people? Yeah, it's a really good idea because it really, well, it basically balances out. Why is this not keybound? I don't know. I just created this character a few minutes ago. No, go ahead. I don't care. This is good stuff. We don't have. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is peak content. This is exclusive content. I was trying to create a hey Vals. I was trying to create a character from my undead paladin, but with Midjourney, I couldn't quite get the image the way I wanted. Let's see. We got some pretty interesting looking ones. I was trying to create like a, like an undead paladin. This one wasn't too bad. I wasn't really happy with the skull as a kneecap though. But I was trying to come up with some really good ones for thumbnails, but we'll keep working at it. I'm sure we'll get some good ones. In true vanilla fashion, we had to add escort quests.
You got my attention. Off with you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ice-tipped blade. Nice. Yeah, for this level, oh, it's a 3 attack speed. Ooh, this is really good for a low-level rogue. Oh yeah, well, it's just really a good weapon too for like a rogue. And a really nice wand. So this is good because a lot of low-level characters, like a lot of low-level, yeah, the 3 attack speed is awesome. A lot of low-level, priests and stuff are always trying to get their first wand built. Like these guys are what? These are level 10. So this will help out like warlocks and priests, to get their early wands. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's awesome. Those are 2. The wand and the sword are both really good. Yeah.
I like to fart in the tub.
Even this dagger's kind of cool. I guess since you guys are trying to stop min-maxing stuff, you're gonna be glad when beta's over? You think we talked about it a bit, but you can't remember. I hate that there's so many pet varieties. Yeah, I hate that everybody's, yeah, I don't like the fact that, like, when I play on a classic WoW server, everybody thinks they have to go get broken tooth and you've got everybody fighting for the same pet. I think that pets should be the same. I think all the attack speeds, I think, you know, like, really, and I'm a big Hunter fan, and I've played WoW ever since beta 2004, so, you know, I've played all different versions of WoW that have all different types of, you know, that have all different types of, like, pets that are OP, you know, pets with shadow damage, pets without, you know, and I think that just making them all the same attack speed is fine. I think having a variation is still good, but as long as, like, they spec out to about the same damage, you know, and they really do. Like, when I was looking at, if you look at, hey, remember Vals, when I was playing my hunter, my melee hunter in classic WoW, I leveled up the hunter as melee, and I actually grabbed a scorpion, and the scorpion pet ended up doing about the same damage as my wolf pet, even though really he should have done more according to, you know, his attack modifier. But because he's a scorpion and he has poison, his poison was going through enemies' armor. It really balanced out. So to me, as long as the damage bounces out fairly evenly, that's all we really care about. And I think there's a lot of like kind of false information. I mean, sure, Broken Tooth's great for PvP, but for PvE, even for PvE, it's only good for certain things. It's all the pets are pretty good, and I've talked about that so many times that, you know, unfortunately in the WoW community, people, if someone says, "Oh my God, boars are the best level 5 pet," and there's enough people that listen, everybody thinks that's the case, and that's not always the case. It really isn't. So.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, remember when I went all the way to Stone Talon Peak or whatever, and we got that really cool bird as a pet. That was pretty cool. The bald eagle, yeah, the bald eagle. That was awesome. Yeah, yeah. I was running around in the game with a pet that, like, no one else had, and it was the only one. Like, I went all the way to let's see, Stone Town Mountains, and it was just up in the one little part, like one little part is all it was. Uh oh, I got ported again. Now I'm back in the human area. You'd never seen anybody. It was cool to get that pet. Oh, and remember how I had to do it though? Remember, Vols? I was like level 30 or something, and that pet was like level 15. Leveling a pet in vanilla, this takes forever. So you have 8,900 feedback reports to look through. Hey, Magic, you guys are gonna need to. If I were you, I would put all those reports and I would put them into one document, and I would try to, and I would probably use ChatGPT to organize it. Yeah. I don't know. Anything you can think of. I mean, I've never been to. Can you port me into Wailing Caverns? I've never been to, like, the new Wailing Caverns, but I don't know if I really couldn't probably walk very far through it. But Wailing Caverns would be neat to, if you could port me into Wailing Caverns just to see what it looked like. Where to get uncorrupted Ashbringer? I'm in Northshire Valley currently. I don't care. Yeah, but when you create your characters here, you can port. These weren't here. Am I correct in these doors weren't here, were they? Or did I just never notice them? It's always funny when you play a private server that has custom content. You always like think, "Oh, is this new?" You know, it's like you're thinking like, "Did I ever see that?" There he is. Oh, there he goes, the GM. Oh, okay. Bring Swiftpaw's snout to Marissa. Okay, where's he at? A few weeks ago, my son was playing the base of the waterfall, and I saw a huge wolf attack him and kill him. By the time I could wrap, my poor son was already gone. I spoke to some of the guards, and they tell me the wolf's name is Swiftpaw. Please help bring a mother's heart to rest and end that terrible beast.
Go with honor, friend.
So I'm gonna guess he's over here. Yeah, I heard when I was watching McDoubles, I know you added one inside in Elwyn Forest here, you know, in the cave here. You added another quest inside the cave, I believe. That's one of the best things that Turtle WoW did too. Yeah, in Turtle WoW, like, and that's really, I mean, adding like quests to kind of, because one thing that was the problem with 1.12 was, I hope I'm going the right direction. I think there's a waterfall over here, maybe. I see some bones. Yeah, there, right there. So there's Swiftpaw. Why not Slowpaw or Lazy Way? Oh, and look, there's like elementals over here too. And this would be like one of the lowest level wolves with this color scheme too. Like, if you wanted to get a wolf pet, I don't think there's another darker one right now at this level. So if you were a hunter and you wanted to tame one with this skin, this would be kind of more unique, I think, at this level. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool skin, because basically you're just gonna have white wolves and the, you know, the beige wolves, so the ones that are available to you, you know, levels 1 to like 20. I don't even know where the first dark wolf like that would be. I guess Fellwood, but they're the diseased ones. But they have that color, but they're diseased. That's cool though, Magic. Thanks, man. Thanks for showing me some of those things, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely will be, you know, streaming and playing a lot of this content for sure. Yeah, the hinterlands, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Do you have any custom models like that are like kind of different? The Valbranch Wolf in the hinterlands? Really? If the hinterlands are white, the ones in the hinterlands are white. I mean, you made the model yourself. The ones in the hinterlands, though, I believe are white, though. They're the different wolves, though. They're bigger. When I was learning Blender. Oh, Blender. Do I have Blender? I'm sure I got Blender on here. Blender is such a great program. The only thing I've done in Blender, I haven't used Blender in a while. The only thing I did was, let's see, Blender. Was when I was doing this one. So I did this in Blender, where I basically was creating, you know, low poly trees. I was trying to come up with, I was just practicing around with generating some low polygonal trees, just for like if I wanted to do a very, you know, stylized gaming world. So that was pretty cool. I liked how those came out pretty good. I don't know if I did any other. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I did it. I don't even know how far I got. That was just my character reference sheet. So yeah, whatever. Yeah, Blender's a great program. You mean? Oh, you moved him into a building? Oh, there's like a whole new building here. Because there used to be like a little shack. Right? So you did the house? You made it a video going over our behind the scenes project. Oh, cool. Where's the video at? I want to see the video. He has a house now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, link it. We'll check it out. We got the boar's head. Nice fireplace. I wonder how we can make it interact. I wonder how they can make it interactable. See how like we can't sit at this chair, but in some versions of WoW or in some WoW, like I wonder how you could do that. Like you link that up so you can like sit. And then we've got, this is a very common image. We see this a lot in buildings with the, oh God, what's it called? With the Thousand Needles image. Well, that's the one thing. You know what, Magic? I tell you one thing that you guys can add. One thing that you guys could add to WoW that would really set it apart from any other private server is player housing, right? I mean, yeah, if you could add even just the most basic player housing, especially if the player housing could have crafting stations like, you know, like an anvil or, you know, whatever, you know. But yeah, if you could get some semblance of player housing into, yeah, it is a logistical nightmare because people can, then you're at the mercy of what players are creating. Plus, there's not a lot of, there's, you know, where are you going to put the player housing? That's why so many games do player housing with, you know, where you zone into a different area. And actually, you could do that. You could do that, Magic, if you could make it such that you basically just create individual zones for people. But I don't, how would you do it? I mean, logistically, like you said, it could be a nightmare. But that definitely would set this project apart from almost any other, because it's one of the things that people really do want. People really do want player housing. I always feel like for MMOs, for the MMO cash shops, one of the easiest ways to make money is player housing. I mean, player housing is one of the easiest way for an MMO to make money, you know, to monetize the game and actually make money. Just having home base is really nice in MMOs, especially Cerulean, if you can actually add more storage. Like, so instead of having to go to Capacity and use the bank, if you've got your own house, so basically if you've got your own player house which has a specific Hearthstone just for that, so no matter where you are, you can port to your house and it's got your bank, it's got your profession, you know, your working stations and all that stuff. That is just so great. It's such a great thing to have. Well, that's always the case with these private servers, is that, you know, there's usually not that, the dev teams are usually really small and they can usually only work on major, you know, some things at once. Now, if you look at, hey, Magic, if you look at a private server that I think probably, I don't know how much money these private servers make, but I gotta say that Ascension WoW probably makes more money than most private servers. Ascension WoW has the way Ascension WoW works, the way they've built Ascension WoW out, and the things that you can buy in the cash shop really is kind of like addictive, because I've never spent a lot of money on private servers. I've spent money on Turtle WoW, but I've played Turtle WoW for like 3 years, so I've probably spent like about $300 over 3 years on Turtle WoW. Maybe not that much, maybe 250, but that was over the span of like 3 years. I played Ascension WoW once for like a month, and I think I spent like, you know, a couple $100. which for me is a lot of money. I don't usually spend a lot of money on video games like that, but it's so addictive the way they have it set up because you're like, oh, you can level a character, and every time you level up from 0 to max level, then you get like kind of like a Roman numeral rank. You know, it's like you level a character from 1 to 61. So if you do it 10 times, you're like X. It's like basically, you know what I mean? And you can buy potions that give you, you know, experience increase. So you can just level super fast, and it's super easy. And then they have you know, sales all the time where, you know, coins like 3x off. So you know, for buying 10 coins, you get 30. You know, it's just the way they do it is pure genius, man. Oh, they make a ton. I mean, private servers make a ton of money. But I'm telling you, Ascension WoW, out of the private servers I've seen, I think that Ascension probably is one of the highest gold making servers. The way it's set up, I think they make a lot of money. I don't know how much they make, but I'm assuming they make a lot. Oh, did they? Yeah, Warmane, that doesn't surprise me either because they've got quite a bit of stuff. If we can get into Ascension here really quick, well, here I can show you. Turtle probably makes a little bit. I think the one thing with Turtle where they don't make as much money is it's more difficult to donate money to Turtle. You know, like the way that you give them money is their interfaces for taking money is a lot more difficult. You know, I can't remember my password and I don't want to dig for it right at this minute, but. So if we go here, you can see, so the stuff that they have some really cool stuff on their shop. You know, Stone of Retreat, you know, Hearth, different, like you can basically buy stones that let you hearth to different parts of the game, which obviously are extremely useful. They have all kinds of like hats that, you know, different things that give you bonuses. Experience grenades, so you have a grenade that you can go into a 5-man group, throw this grenade on the ground, it explodes, and it affects your whole party, making your whole party get more experience for like an hour. I mean, just really neat things, you know, Aura of Experience, and, you know, there's just a lot of stuff as you go through here. You know, Stone of Retreat, these are just more Hearthstones, Scroll of Greater Experience. Here's a Misenchanting Altar. This is for, and actually the enchanting system in Ascension, I think, is its greatest strength. I think their enchants in Ascension are really, really cool. They're actually really unique and very cool. But there's just a lot of stuff. As you can see at the store, there's a lot of stuff here. So yeah, I'm telling you right now that Ascension is making some serious money. But you might not even have a cash shop. We want to do it in a way that's legal. Yeah, I don't know. You got to get Pearly Baron. Yeah, sure. No, I appreciate it, Magic. Yeah, like I said, I am very interested in trying to maybe help out with the project if I can. You know, I think it'd be really cool. I've always wanted to work, and especially since you guys are using different tools that hopefully aren't as archaic as some of the older tools that we've seen. I have to work tomorrow too, but I'm thinking about, well, no, I'll go to the office tomorrow. I've got a dentist appointment tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to. Yeah. Yeah, no problem, man. Come by anytime. I stream all kinds of versions of WoW, so yeah. Are you on a Blizzard realm? Because I would not opt for any realm with less than well thought out. So we're just moderating. No work tomorrow, Vals. Yeah, see you, Magic. Have a good one. I'm not on. Yeah, change. I'm not on a Blizzard realm right now. Yeah, I mean, we don't know how well Epic's going to be moderated. That's another problem with private servers is, you know, there's always the fear of that kind of shenanigans going on. I haven't got the opinion yet. I don't know much about Epic. You know, Magic seems like a really nice person, so obviously seems like a straight shooter. But you know, we don't know. I mean, there's always that risk, and you can't really. I mean, we can trust that Blizzard's not gonna, you know, not do anything too crazy. I mean, I don't think Blizzard devs are going into the game giving people gold or anything like that, obviously. The one thing with private servers, a lot of the private servers, doing shenanigans, like basically like you would go to a private server and there'd be gold stars in the server, and the gold stars in the server are the people that are running the server because they're trying to make money. But there's no reason to do that. Like you look at something like Project Ascension, you look at stuff like Turtle WoW, those, and you look at stuff like Warmane. I mean, those people are making tons of money, and it is illegal though. I mean, it is illegal. I don't know what kind of ramifications those people could face, but I mean, you're basically making money. It doesn't matter that you're creating, you know, custom stuff. You're selling it through an IP that's owned by somebody else. You know, you're basically riding the coattails of someone else. You hate how the turtle mods interact. Yeah, I've never interacted with the turtle WoW mods. I do want to create a new character. Let's go back. Let's delete this character. But before we do that, what'd you say? Oh, you want me to do the human hunter and get the wolf? We could do a human hunter. Actually, this human hunter, this one looks pretty good. I didn't even do anything, and it came up looking like this. I'm like, hey, she looks pretty good. Yeah, it was fate. Yeah. I don't think I've ever played a character with this hairstyle. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I ever have. We're just gonna go with the. You see, but we're gonna do level. We're gonna do level 1. I don't know. Every time I load, it's like for whatever reason when I create a new character, it's wanting to load all these add-ons. So we gotta turn off all these add-ons. Actually, we need to just delete some of these, especially like Carbonite. Like. That one just is never working correctly. Wizard Vehicle UI? Compatible. Alright, gather crap away. Healers die. Lose control. Let's leave plate buffs on. I like plate buffs. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll leave it on for now. Leave post quartz. No. Quest helper. No. Recount. Sure. I think Sexy Map was even throwing errors on that, which is unusual. We don't need to uncheck all these, but since I have no plan on using X Pearl, let's just uncheck them. Oh, the Japanese friend gave you the nickname. Well, let's take a look. Bread Princess. So apparently your name means Bread Princess. It's one of the top bread eaters in the world. Okay, there you go.
I hope you strapped your belt on tight, young adventurer, because there is work to do here in Northshire, and I don't mean farming. The Stormwind Guards are hard-pressed to keep the peace here, with so many of us in distant lands and so many threats pressing close. And so we're enlisting the aid of anyone willing to defend their home and their alliance. If you're here to answer the call, then speak with my superior, Marshal McBride. He's inside the abbey behind me. Hey, citizen. You look like a stout one. We guards are spread a little thin out here, and I could use your help. Ah, good. Another volunteer? We're getting a lot of you these days. I hope it's enough. The human lands are threatened from without, and so many of our forces have been marshaled abroad. This, in turn, leaves room for corrupt and lawless groups to thrive within our borders. It is a many-fronted battle we wage, adventurer. Gird yourself for a long campaign. Your first task is one of cleansing, adventurer. A clan of kobolds have infested the woods to the north. Go there and fight the kobold vermin you find. Reduce their numbers so that we may one day drive them from Northshire.
Reduce the numbers. Oh, it's so weird being on A. Alright, so yeah, definitely doesn't like play buffs. So we gotta turn that off. I wonder if no toggle works. It probably doesn't. I don't think they have it for Wrath Client. Yeah, they don't. Oh, what's not out? Hey, what's up, Mike? On the Turtle Well screenshot section? All right. Oh, here's Eight Toes. We'll talk to him in a second. Where is Turtle Well? Screenshots. How you doing, Mike? Where's the screenshot? Oh, there you are. Here it is. Oh, there I am. Look. I forgot that I was. That's cool. That's when we were like kind of RP walking. Look at that interface, man. You're using, I'm not sure what you're using for your bars. But it looks like not PFUI, but the other one. Cool. Yeah, it is PFUI. That's what I thought. Remembers all your add-ons are out of date. Yeah, I need to go to bed pretty soon too, but why can I find out? But yeah, but Epic, yeah, this service, we're still just in the beta though. This is just like beta 2. So, um, there we go. That looks better. All right, I'll see you, Sirron. Have a good one, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay up too late because I gotta go to work and I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. They're gonna do a teeth cleaning, and then I've got like a couple tiny cavities. They're gonna, I guess, put some fillings in, but they're really small, but I just have to, I guess, do a little bit of work on them. I didn't know what my quest is. What are we doing? Kill the hold vermin. Burger. Look at this guy. He's got a candle on his head. You not take candle. You not take candle. Holy crap, look at the range on my bow. Okay, why did I get this other guy? That was weird. I don't remember hitting him. You just get the teeth pulled out? No thanks. I did have one of my wisdom teeth pulled out about a year ago, remember? I don't know if you were around then, Voss, but I had a wisdom tooth pulled because it was just like not serving any purpose. There's no tooth above it, and it was just pushing in the back of the other tooth, and it was causing issues. And they just yanked it. I said, "You don't need this." I miss having my timer though. I don't know if we can get yet. I think this is just the 1.12 version. Thing, but I'm gonna guess that this is for. Ah well, we'll go without it. We don't need no stinking. I like. It's just nice to see it. It makes me feel good. Having that swing timer for my bow, especially when you have bows that are like a lot different, different speed. Like some bows are going to be really fast. And It looks like they've gotten rid of the dead zone, though. If you guys notice, watch this. Like, watch the dead zone here. Like, let's see my bow, how close I can get. I mean, I could shoot an arrow from here, it looks like, or from right here. It's pretty close. So... you can see even when he got really close to me there, I still got a shot off, right? So pretty easy. Yeah, so there's not much of a dead zone here. I mean, the mob has to be right in your face. So that's pretty cool. You can definitely get off a lot of shots with your bow. Yeah.
I buy and trade.
Hold on a second.
Good day to you. Recently, a new group of thieves has been hanging around Northshire. They call themselves the Defias Brotherhood and have been seen across the river to the east. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm sure it's not good. Bring me the bandanas they wear and I'll reward you with a weapon. Egan Pelt Skinner is looking for someone to hunt wolves for him. That's good news because we're seeing a lot more wolves in Northshire Valley lately.
Yeah,
If
this
you're
is
interested, then
Project.
speak with Egan. He's around the site.
This is Project Epic Dreamology. This is the beta, so it isn't released yet. I want to see if there's a hunter trainer around here, but it will be. We think the final version will be sometime next year. Actually, one of the developers was just here, and let's see. Trying to go back up on the stream here to find it. Where did he say it? I don't see it at the moment. But I know he said early 24. I just wonder if he didn't say a month though. He just said early 2024, right? Yeah. There will be 45 to 60 days. No, I don't think so. I don't know how many they're gonna have.
Skinner is looking for someone to hunt wolves for him. That's good news because we're seeing a lot more wolves in Northshire Valley lately. If you're interested, then speak with Egan. He's around the side of the Abbey to the left. Well done, citizen. Those kobolds are thieves and cowards, but in large numbers they pose a threat to us. And the humans of Stormwind do not need
here's the hunter trainer right here.
For defeating them, you have my gratitude. Adventurer, my scouts tell me that the kobold infestation is larger than we had thought. A group of kobold workers has camped near the Echo Ridge mine to the north. Go to the mine and remove them. We know there are at least 10. Kill them, see if there are more, then report back to me. That's true. I'm looking for someone to hunt me some wolves. Are you that person? I hate those nasty timber wolves.
Well, the animation looks good.
Eating wolf steaks. Bring me tough wolf meat and I will exchange it for something you'll find useful. Tough wolf meat is gathered from hunting the timber wolves and young...
I will say that the bow animation looks really, really good on the human. Like, I like it. I think it looks really good. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, this client is really good. Like I said, you know me, Voss. I like Turtle WoW, but my one complaint with Turtle was always it's just how clunky the client is. And we don't have that problem with this client at all. Now, I did get a message from, let's see. I gotta watch that live. I gotta watch the dev stream. I'll watch that later. I'm gonna use chat. Oh, actually, we are gonna be using that. Actually, my tooth's killing me right now. And here's the video that so there was a link to the Project Epic where they talked about.
Hey everyone, this is Magic with the Project Epoch team.
So here's Magic, the guy that was just in the stream earlier, and here's the video he did where he was talking about I know he says modding with Magic. So
we often get questions asking us about the development and programming aspects of modding. With our second beta coming later this month, I thought this would be a great time to give a behind-the-scenes look into how we do things. We pride ourselves on maintaining a high-quality standard, ensuring all of our custom content fits perfectly into a vanilla world. You'll find that things often missed on private servers, like pickpocket loot tables or disenchanting info, are correctly added onto all custom creatures and items. Taking things a step further, we also follow strict formulas for things like weapon damage and creature health values, making sure all custom content feels Blizz-like. Today, I'm going to be walking you through the process of how we create a rare mob. At first glance, this might seem easy, but with modding, a lot goes into simple things. The rare we're going to create is named Rashek, and is a rare elite scorpion and Decilis that has a chance to drop one of 3 rare items. I'll also be implementing combat mechanics along with spawn data. Alright, let's get started. So, I'm in Visual Studio Code, which is what we use.
Okay. So they're basically using Visual Studio Code, which I think I have open here somewhere. Right here, you can see I've got Visual Studio Code here open, which is great. I mean, Visual Studio Code is a great IDE, especially it's getting better all the time. So you can see his solution here is on the left side, is the code solution. If we go to Control B here, we can see that I don't have a current folder, but if I were to open up a folder here, let's see, dev and library, go to probably, do we have one? Let's see if I can find one here real quick. Development. Wow, I don't seem to have any dev code anywhere. Yeah, it's gonna close all my files. But anyways, no big deal. So we're in Visual Studio Code.
To program on Project Epoch, and I'm on my experimental branch, and I've created a blank file called Rashek and imported the 2 STDs that we need in the namespace.
But I would
a quick note on this Epoch STD.
Well, I would like to know what TS is. So is TS like, what is, I want to know what the extension is.
This is something in addition to TS WoW that we developed.
It's TS. So TS is TS WoW. So I guess the code files for TSWow are just .ts, I'm going to guess.
Let's think.
You can see at the bottom he's using GitHub, and his branch is a feature branch. Feature branches are going to be new content that you're creating. So and there's usually just feature branch or bug branch. Bug, you're just you're fixing any errors or something. He's got Prettier installed. He's got Go Live, which is just a browser preview. We've got TypeScript, and nothing else really. And then just this is his personal branch called Reshek. So
Includes some modules like pickpocket loot data, disenchanting info, that sort of thing. It'll show up a few times, and I'll try and explain it. But basically, it's custom things that we added specific for Epoch. So the first thing that we're going to do is we actually need to create the creature. And what we're going to do is we're going to assign a variable to a new creature that we're going to create. And I'm going to assign it to the Epoch core and give it a string of Reshek. Next, we need to...
Well, so basically the standard is the standard library. It's just a library of code. And then so inside the standard class library, there's a class called creature templates. And so he's basically calling a method on the creature templates class to create something. And the method takes two parameters, I guess Epic core, and then actually you could see here as he's typing in, it's showing some of the properties of the creature template. It's basically showing that that once you create a creature, some of the properties of that creature are an AI name, a script name, a subname. There's a function of action template, and there's just the name of the creature. But let's actually back this up a little bit.
Do a new creature that we're going to create.
The IntelliSense here, as it's going, is giving us, what he can do. So there's obviously IntelliSense for this type of code, but I don't know what kind of code this is. So this is like he said it's called Turtle TSWow. So we should be able to add that, right? TSWow. No extension found. So I'm not sure how it's pulling up IntelliSense for it. Yeah.
Feature. And what we're going to do is we're going to assign a variable to...
Oh, he didn't message me, actually. I kind of misread that. I messaged him, and I don't know if he'll ever respond, but I did message him just asking if, just volunteering, saying, hey, if you guys need any help on the project, I'd be willing to help out. So, yeah, he has not responded. And you heard Magic say that they are going to be doing like a recruiting wave here pretty soon to try to recruit more people to work on the project. So at that point in time, I'll see if I can get involved. See here, you can see he's going into the standard library, and inside the standard library, you can see he starts typing creature, and the IntelliSense is going to pick up any kind of methods or classes that exist in there. Based off of that, you can see there's a creature display info, creature outfits, class, creature templates, class, creature text, and a currency category.
A new creature.
And he goes into the creature, and once he hits the period here off of creature templates, it's going to give what kind of methods exist off of that. And you can see there's create, clear, reduce, write, and reduce is like it's just like an array. It's like basically reducing the size of an object based on some parameters, and then of course he's got a for each loop.
Create, and I'm going.
Now here he's got create. So here it's telling us what the method takes. It's going to take a string mod. So I'm not sure what mod is. It's going to take an ID and a parent. It's taking a lot of this stuff is pretty vague. Like I don't really know what the mod is. I guess mod he's calling it Epic. So the mod is maybe that's. I guess in this whole framework of TSWow, you're probably creating it. So what it is probably is that TSWow is a development framework for a private server, And the mod is probably what you're calling your version. Like you're saying, oh, I want to make Turtle WoW. So if this was like Turtle WoW, but if it was using TS WoW to create a private set of code for a Turtle WoW server, the mod would probably be Turtle WoW or something. I'm guessing.
To assign it to
He's calling it Epic, or it'd be like Turtle Core, but here it's Epic, so it's Epic Core.
the Epoch core and give it
And then he's giving it a ID.
a string of Reshek.
He's saying string Reshek, which I believe. Let me go back. Oh no, so the string is like, yeah, I don't know. I think it should be the ID.
To assign it to the Epoch core.
Yeah, so the Epoch core should be this, and then the next thing should be, but it's still in here, so maybe not. I'm not quite sure how this is. I'm not quite sure how that's working. I haven't used this code base, so it's a little bit different. Mod string, because here's the string. I would think that the mod string would be Epic core, and that this next string is going to be the ID. So yeah, it's got to be the ID because we're creating a creature template. So the idea of it is Reshek.
Core and give it a string of Reshek.
Which is the ID. That's the ID.
Next, we need to give a name to the creature, and I'm going to give it the.
And these are just properties. Now he's created this creature template, and now inside this class creature templates, he's going to give it some properties.
English syntax, and I'll name it Reshek. Just a cool name I thought of. Next, we need to set the level. And a cool thing about levels is it can actually be a range.
So again, the level, you know, this is where it's the range min max. I don't know what the pipe I don't know what pipe undefined really is meaning here. It could just be, I'm not sure what pipe undefined is for.
So if I wanted to set it to 30 to 32.
So he's just saying min max. So if you wanted to set it to 30, he'd probably be 30, 30. But if he wants to just do a range of creature levels, it's going to be the minimum, the level the creature could be. Like if it was level 10, and then the max it could be like 20 or something.
This means that it has a chance to be any level between 30 and 32 when it spawns. Or
This is cool. This is cool, though.
34,
this is cool, Dream.
It will always be level 34. Next, I need
because you don't usually get, like, it's very rare. I mean, how often have you seen on a private WoW project where someone actually puts up a video that actually shows them doing something in code? Like that is like, and what's cool about this is this looks like just regular coding. It doesn't look like I said, when you're using some of these other projects, it's I don't think it's this simplistic. This is very simplistic.
To give it a rank, this has a couple of different ones. We have normal, elite, rare, pretty self-explanatory. In this case, we're going to use rare elite.
Excuse me.
Next, I need to set the faction template, which is going to be neutral hostile. All that means is that the creature has no allegiance to a major faction and is hostile to all players. Also need to set the unit class to warrior, and
so this is pretty cool. But what I would love to know how, and maybe I would love to know how it's picking up the IntelliSense for this stuff. That's what I'm really curious about. Let's. Actually, let's just delete that. I don't even know, like. Yeah. Worry about this later. Let's go back. Oh, CPP files. We're just installing the C extension pack. So we have better handling with the C++ files. I haven't done a lot of VS coding on my local computer at home. I do most of my coding on my work computer, so I don't have a lot of this stuff really set up. So here's just like what, so it's using it's actually checking to see what's core it's using. If Trinity or Azeroth core. That's interesting. See, all this code looks a lot more, this stuff I can understand a little bit more than like the Lua code, but let's go back to this video.
That just means that it has no mana,
Yeah.
and the stats are going to scale a little bit differently. It's going to be a bit chunkier.
Hmm.
Also need to set the type equal to beast, and there's a couple of different types here. We have humanoid, elemental, demon. The most common one we use is humanoid, but we're going to use beast. And because it's a beast, we also need to set the family, which is going to be a scorpid. 1 second. Scorpid. And then because it's a beast, there's an extra thing that we have to do. So when a hunter tames the pet, we need a list of spells that the scorpion is going to actually have. So I went ahead and picked this out from the database. The ID that we need is 5868, and that's basically a standard scorpion enemy that the hunter will have. And then because it's a beast, we also need to add a skinning loot entry. So this is going to be 60,052, which I got from the database. I just found a similar scorpion. And then we also need to give it a model. And I went ahead and picked this one out beforehand, which is 2491. And then another attribute that we use sometimes is scale. It's not used often, but in situations like this, when we want to make an enemy stand out, it's perfect. So I'm going to give it 1.5, which basically means we're giving it a scale 50% bigger than the normal scorpion. I mentioned this Epoch STD earlier, and we're going to use that here for two things. First, we're going to clone loot from another creature and assign it to Rashek. So what we're going to clone it from is 4697, which is a standard scorpion enemy and Decilis. So this just means that when we kill Rashek, it's going to have some standard items like meat, scorpion claws, the usual stuff. And then we also need to calculate the stats on this creature. And TS WoW does this automatically, but because it's Trinity Core, but Epoch uses some custom formulas that we also need to assign to closely all reproduce that vanilla feel. And we do that with the calculate stats, which just makes the health values, armor values, and things a bit more authentic to 1.12. So that's the basic creature. The next thing that we're going to do is actually assign some combat behavior to this creature.
Oh, you've seen White Kidney Code? I have not seen the White Kidney Code. I mean, this here looks very, straightforward. I mean, you're just importing some libraries. You're creating a reference to an object. You're basically creating a creature object, setting up, kind of its parameters and kind of the stuff it has, like its loot and its stuff. And you're basically defining a constant, variable that's going to store that. So it's going to be, it's going to be an immutable object, meaning this doesn't change over time. That's why it's a constant, because you're going to use a constant for immutable objects. And yeah, and he's just going through how he's setting up stuff. And the videos here tells us so he's going to go to combat behavior. Then we're going to go through here. He's talking about spells, and now he's also creating a constant to basically hold a spell. So this is the Scorpion Poison is a spell. Interesting that it's a separate object. I would have thought it would have been all part of the creature object, so that's interesting. And then, let's see, we're giving a spell description, doing the spell cast time. adding some more stuff about the spell. Target, combat. Let's take a look at the combat script.
Now, the next thing that we need to actually do is assign this spell to the combat behavior of the Scorpion. So we're going to create a combat script. Then we're going to grab Rishek, and we're going to add a
So we're
script
adding the
in
script.
combat. And this takes a few parameters. The first is when it initially does the script, which is going to be between 6 and 8 seconds. And then how often this repeats, which I want to be between 22 and 24.
And this is what you see, like, when you look at MMOs, and because I have looked at the Terra, like Terra's game engine, and I've actually gone into some of the config files, and some of this stuff actually in Terra can be configured in some of the emulators that I've looked at. So typically you have a mob that has abilities, right? And they have like an auto attack ability that just, when they're fighting you, if they're a scorpion, for example, it's going to have this auto attack where it's just going to swing at you. But then it has special abilities, and special abilities can be used every so often. So that's what he's defining here. Like, it says initial use, initial max. So it's saying like how long during the combat will the combat go before he first uses like this special ability Scorp. So basically it's saying initial min max. So between 6 to 8 seconds, in between 6 to 8 seconds once the combat starts, then he's going to use this ability. And that's pretty common for MMOs, that you basically set up a mob. Now you can do it like if you look at like Terra and you're fighting like a BAM, a big ass monster like a crab. The way a lot of those abilities work is they're actually random. So a crab may have, like, let's say he's got 6 special attacks. And the way, I don't know if they weight them like with percentages, like saying, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're like weighted. And what I mean by that is you say you've got a crab and he's got a spin. Whoa. Crab. Oh, why is it typing it? Where is it getting this from? Crafting. I don't know where it's pulling. This is just from probably recent stuff I've typed in. You've got a crab and he's got like different abilities like spinning, claw attack. And he's got like lunge forward, and then he's got, I don't know, like slam, claws into ground. So let's say these are 3 of his special attacks, and then he's just got, auto attack, right? And then this one might be weighted like 60% of the time. This is what's going to get used. And then out of the instance of possible abilities, this one's going to be 20%, right? And this one's going to be 20%, right? So 60%. So when you look back at his video, right, he's
4
saying
seconds.
that within the first 6 to 8 seconds of combat, this scorpion's going to use his poison attack, right? But in other MMOs, what can happen is you'll say, within the first 6 to 8 seconds, just like he's got 6 to 8 seconds, it will randomly use one of these 3 special abilities, but the special abilities are weighted. So in the first 6 to 8 seconds, there's a 60% chance he will do the spinning claw attack. There's also, he's going to do one of the 3. There's also a 20% chance it could be this, and there's a 20% chance it could be this. And then you could also add no weight at all, and just say within the first 6 to 8 seconds, it's just going to do one of these things, and it's just going to randomly pick one. It's just going to do like one. Is it 1, 2, or 3, and pick a number between 1, 2, and 3, whatever it is. That's what it's going to do. But these are kind of some of the ways that MMOs do these attacks. And then, of course, once you do an attack, the attack has a base damage, right? Base damage of this attack. And if you think about Dungeons and Dragons, which is the way I like to think about it a lot of times, it could do something like 2d8, right? 2d8 damage, right? And all that is 2 rolls of an 8-sided dice, right? And that the numbers you're going to get out of that are going to be a possible 2 to 16 points of damage. And then a lot of times they'll put modifiers on there. You might do like the base damage of this ability is 2 die 8. Lunge forward base damage might be, might be 2 die 8, and then you might add a modifier of like plus 3. And that means that this is always going to be doing at least 5 to 21, or sorry, 16 to 19 damage. So you can add those, mod damages on there. And then, of course, you can do other stuff like this is the base damage. But if you roll a crit, then there's a modifier. So whatever the damage is going to be times, it's going to be multiplied by a certain percentage. So whatever you want your crit percentage to be, like for is spinning claw attack, maybe the crit modifier is 20%. So then let's say you roll 2 die 8s and you roll 4 both times, you do 8 damage. Or let's just make it easy. We'll make it 10 damage so the math's easy. So we do 10 points of damage and the crit's 20% modifier, so the total damage would be 12 points of damage. I like to think of it in terms of Dungeons & Dragons because it's easy for me because I'm just used to thinking that way. But anyways, that's just kind of some of the way that they do these combat with these things in MMOs.
And then
at least that's how I think they work. I'm not 100% sure.
Callback. So basically, this script is going to fire between 6 to 8 seconds when combat starts, and then every 22 to 24 seconds after that. So this is going to be really simple. We just want to set the target, which is the current victim. And then the act.
I don't know why it says script in parentheses. Okay, so it's accepting a script as a parameter, and then the arrow here is just basically just doing a. It's just a del. It's just a. It should just be. I don't know. It should just be a del. It's not a delegate. It's a. It's not an anonymous function. I don't know.
Action for this script is going to be a cast of the Scorpid Poison that we created, and then these cast flags and triggered flags are pretty rarely used, and we don't really need to worry about those. So what we have here is a Scorpion that has a combat script to cast the spell on the current player every few seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the script and what this is. Let's go back. So we get the spell ID. That's further down. There we go. So we got the initial, repeat, and the smart script, which is just a void function. That's why it's got the it's got no return value. I'm guessing that's why it's got the arrow function. I'm not really sure what a smart script is though.
The script, which is going to be between 6 and 8. Action for this script is going to. So before we do that, there's this positions.txt file, and I'll show you what this does in a second. So if I open up the actual client, then we're going to log in, and I should already be in Decilis on my character. And we're going to make this Scorpion wander around a little bit, so it's not just static in one place. Don't mind my hotbar, I've just got a few GM commands there. But I think what we're going to do is make it go around this little area here. So I have a macro called write position, which basically writes my current position on that positions.txt. And it's really simple. We take this position, we're going to make it go around over here. And then every position that we mark is a waypoint. And this creature will follow that waypoint exactly. And it will hit each point in the path. And then it will repeat. So it will continuously do this path as long as the creature is alive. So that's all we need there. I got 5 simple waypoints, and then I'm just going to reverse the path quickly so that it always does this. All right, cool. So we have the creature data there. Actually, I'm going to keep that there for now. Next, we need to actually create a spawn entry for the creature. So we're going to add a spawn under Epoch Core with the Reshek. And then
Yeah, this is cool. I'm not gonna. I don't want to watch the rest of this, but I will watch this later. Oh, hey, Purdy, have a good one, man. Yeah, have a good one, Purdy. Yeah, but I will watch this. I want to figure out how he's got the IntelliSense though for this. I don't know. I don't see like any kind of a plug-in into Visual Studio Code. Um, and I honestly don't know if Visual Studio Code is smart enough based on. I don't think it is. I mean, to get the IntelliSense working, usually it has to know what language you're in and actually have, uh, you know, that those types of stuff installed. But anyways, I'll try to figure that out. Maybe I'll ask Magic that, but I'll try to research that and get that set up so we can go into some of this code and get the IntelliSense. I don't know if we'll be able to do that. We're obviously not. They're obviously probably not going to give us code base. Would be nice though, wouldn't it? Maybe if they let me work on the code and help them out, they'll give me the code base so I can set this up. And but that's pretty cool. Cool stuff. I'm getting really tired. I'm actually getting a sore throat for some reason, so I'm probably gonna check out here, guys. Oh, we got the hunter here. We were playing. We'll play a little bit more with the hunter and see if we can tame maybe that wolf, that quest mob wolf. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, I like the human hunter. I think it's definitely a class that'll be fun to play. And it's been a long time, since it's been a long time coming. There should have always been a human hunter in World of Warcraft. So the fact that they didn't have one,
I hate those
really
nasty
weird,
timber wolves, but I sure like eating wolf steaks. Bring me tough wolf meat, and I will exchange it for something you'll find useful. Tough wolf meat is gathered from hunting the timber wolves and young wolves wandering the Northshire countryside.
You need something?
You've been busy. I can't wait to cook up that wolf meat. I have some things here you might want. Take your pick. What can I help you with?
Yeah, but I want to do a little bit more research into the development. Yeah, we'll try to find some new quests and stuff. But I mean, I'm not gonna play like. I'm more interested in the development side of it right now. I mean, this isn't coming out. I mean, definitely we want to see the new stuff though, Val. So yeah, we want to see the new quests, and I would definitely want to get high enough level with the hunter that we can hopefully get a group and do the Deadmines. It'd be fun to do the Deadmines to see all the new content and the new drops and stuff. But I will let you guys go. I hope everybody's having a good one, and we'll try to stream some more. Cyrus, what are you doing in my jeans? He's over there like licking my jeans. Crazy cat. We'll go through some more of this tomorrow. Project Epic, and I want to do some more. Oh, excuse me. I want to do a little bit more stream with the private Terra server as well, because I actually was having fun in Terra there as well. So we'll do a little bit of the private Terra server. I don't know if we'll do that or not tomorrow, but if I do get involved in the Project Epic project, which I would like to, then I'll be spending most of my time, working on that. But I would really like to get involved in a project like that. So when I retire, I think working on like a private, like some sort of private server project where I could make a little bit of money, as a hobby, for when I retire from my programming, world, that would be cool, because then I could do something that I really enjoy and have a passion for, but still, make a little bit of money as well while I'm retired. That would be fantastic. So I would love to learn some of this stuff now, so that's more of a possibility when I get to that point, because but that's a while yet. I don't think I'm going to be retiring for another. It depends though. If I could get a side gig working on some sort of a private server project where I was making, just not a lot of money. I wouldn't have to make a lot, but if I was making like, I don't know, an extra $400 a week or something, I don't know. Who knows? I hope you guys are having a good one. We'll see. Who knows where what the world's going to bring over the next 10 years. That's a long ways away, but I've always wanted to work on my own video game when I retired. But it could be that I just end up working with some other developers on some other project. But I definitely think that when I retire, that is one of my goals, is to work on some sort of gaming project. Get one Bitcoin and wait it out. I don't know if I have any Bitcoin. I think I've got. I don't have it. You know what? I haven't launched. Where is it? Here, hold on a second. I don't have any Bitcoin right now. I actually used. Actually, I might still have some Bitcoin. Let me pull up my Robinhood. I haven't even looked. Do I still own Bitcoin? Let's see. You kind of reminded me. I do own some Bitcoin. Believe it or not, very little Bitcoin. Um, yeah. So oh shit. I just sold my Bitcoin. I didn't mean to. Whoops. I just sold my Bitcoin. Oh, it wasn't a lot. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's totally like going down the tubes. I didn't have a lot of Bitcoin, so it doesn't matter. It was just like, like $50 or something. Yeah, Bitcoin's been really actually it did go up recently, so actually well, yeah, it actually was trending up. Let's see through the last 3 months it's actually gone up a little bit. Here, we just bought back what I sold, so we didn't lose anything. I basically just sold my Bitcoin and then I basically just did an immediate buyback. Anyways, whatever. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys have a good one, man. Peace out. Am I using the Hermes proxy? No, not right now. No, I'm not using the Hermes proxy right now. It wasn't at the bottom though, Val. Bitcoin actually over the last 3 months was actually higher than it was, so it wasn't that bad. I don't know. No. You think it will reach 1 million? No, I haven't been using the Hermes proxy in a while. I did use it at one point, but yeah. Oh, what was it? I'll see you, bread princess. I'll see you, bread princess. You think it is going to go up? Well, we'll see. I'll buy some more Bitcoin. We'll buy some Bitcoin and see if it does go up. Maybe we'll make some money. So I hope you guys have a good one, though. I will catch you next time. Peace out.